Right, guys. I believe we left it at the infamous Firefinger Massacre.
Yeah, I think we literally Obold had finished punting a very large terror folk off the top of Firefinger to smash on the rocks, and the rest got either decimated or fled in absolute terror. And we were left on top with the Zai, Obold, Fafuk, and a giant spider Tacklan. And that was where it was. So I think the next thing we were going to do is try and find well, basically any loot, and find the mask that our guide was so desperate to find. Yeah, Azaka, thank you.
Zaka cowardly sent you up for.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I'm afraid of heights. Well, I can see why. Holy cow, we almost died a few times getting up here.
I've just sent, we've just sent her a reminder of why she's scared of heights down to her.
Yes, just sort of they're still all waiting down the bottom of the body. Thump, thump.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah, she won't underneath one of them.
Oh god, that would be funny.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right, so if we think we're safe, I can pop up a light spell. Just light up the top.
We don't need one though, do we?
Though to be fair, there's a great big flame like 30 foot above our heads.
Most of the tops dimly lit at least.
And everyone's got dark vision.
Oh yeah, of course. Yep. Cheers. So yeah, I suppose unless anyone's got any objections, we start by ransacking the joint. Do we toss the dead bodies off the top? Yes, no?
I'd say no, because I can't remember exactly which side Azaka's on, so we don't want to mistakenly crush her under like a terrafolk body.
Yeah, fair point. Right, we start hunting for loots.
Okay. So yes, let's have a brief reminder what the layout is then. So the spire's pinnacle is flat and roughly about 40 foot square. The edges. Oh, sorry. In fact, can you actually see anything?
No, it's
no. I'll
just
tell you what I shall do. I shall put one your token on, or I shall make him invisible. But then you'll be able to see what's what rather than staring at a blank screen.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm reloading Foundry. I don't know. It kicked me out or something. Sorry. It's a grey screen at the moment too.
I'll keep the Spirit Guardians going for a few minutes, just in case some idiot terrafolk decides to have a go at us. Though if they haven't got the bloody hint by now.
I think they're safely off after seeing everyone punted and killed.
I still cackle when I was telling my kid about how you stunned this great big terrafolk so hard that he went off the top of the cliff and smashed on the rocks. He was cackling about it 5 minutes later.
So yeah, the spire's pinnacle is flat, roughly about 40 feet square. The edges are crumbling away, and it wouldn't be safe to stand too close to it. Vines and low brush growing profusion. Bones and scraps of meat from dozens of creatures are scattered everywhere. A crumbling stone tower rises another feet above the northern corner of the platform. And a roaring flame literally floats in the air, hovering above the tower. Tumbled debris from the tower is heaped around its foundation. And that's 3 creatures which are now there.
Well, you also shared a picture of that stone column on Signal, which was quite cool.
I did, yes.
Is it magical then, that flame?
It would. It certainly doesn't look natural. No.
Like someone overachieved on a continual light spell.
It's like it's this massive. It's like a proper flame, proper fire, but it's suspended above above the top of the tower, so it's like you're hovering in the
Fuchs says this is probably why it's so hot in Chult.
This,
Right. Do you guys want me to keep Spirit Guardians going, or do you want me to cast Detect Magic and see if anything pops up?
I'll go with the detect magic.
I don't think
Mild.
there's any need for Spirit Guardians now, is there?
No.
Okie doke. I drop Spirit Guardians and cast Detect Magic, 30-foot radius. Usual
Well-
stuff.
Are you casting it or ritual?
I'll cast it. I hardly used any spells.
here's the image of fire thing.
Turns out monks can blow through a bunch of enemies really bloody fast when they want.
Well, when they're euthanizing the old.
those old people didn't have a chance.
No.
Oh god, it's like an old age home sending off party.
Like Death Race 2000, didn't it? Maximum points for the old and infirm.
Sorry, Istvan. I think Lazar was just rolling like stupid high, and these old terror folk literally just got blown apart. It was something else. I think in one round 4 died. Something crazy.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so what's the plan? Is tackling still remaining?
Unless they need help looking for stuff, yeah, because I don't really fancy trying to climb back down. I could
Well,
just
no, we're going to
skip
jump
them
off
down.
the edge in the end, and we're just
Oh,
gonna
we've got
drop down.
yeah, thingy fight, yeah. Oh yeah, I'll turn back into a dwarf then, please.
Okay.
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
I think dwarves sound better with Yorkshire accents than Scottish accents. Not Sean Bean, obviously, but you don't sound like him, so it's alright. So we hunt about then, Phil?
Okay. Right. So if you all want to make a perception, yes, search around.
Advantage because detect magic?
You cannot take an action while this game is currently paused.
No, I wouldn't say you'd have advantage, but if you, because that will basically you won't need, you'll be able to spot things that were picking up anyway. So.
This deception. Who rolled the one?
Oh,
Who rolled the
where
one?
to start? Who do you think?
Tackling.
Oh man, I'm no better. Look at that.
So, Phil, do
Yes?
they know I'm there or not?
No, so they can't. No, so you're not there.
Yeah, okay, that's fine, because otherwise
Nice.
he could have re-rolled that, but that's why I'm asking. That's fine, no worries.
No, so did you? I sent you that that little that.
Summary.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, honestly, I went through it a little bit, but didn't
It out,
think
Phil.
about it.
Well, when you have a read of that and you sort of discover we think you're gone somewhere.
Yeah, so you'll know if you read through that, you'll know that'll bring you up
Yeah.
to speed.
I'm doing it, yeah, no.
Hopefully, it shouldn't be. My plan was that it shouldn't be too much time before that comes into play. Right, sorry. So we've got a 20.
Yeah. Nat 20.
So we've got tackling. Is Lou High searching?
I think you need to unpause the game. It won't let him do it.
Won't let him do it because it paused.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's unpaused now, anyway.
It's not now.
It's unpaused.
There you go.
Wow.
Holy shit! Did you see on the VOD? Did you see how many falls I rolled? Must have rolled about 6 trot. You know when I roll in advantage,
Yeah.
must have rolled about 6 falls.
Yeah, right.
Didn't notice it at the time.
You search around the top of the fire thing, the top of the plateau column, whatever you want to call it. There's not. You don't find anything of interest outside, but inside the tower, amongst the crude nests that these creatures have built for themselves, there, beneath all the mess, you find 4 mouldy wooden chests, none of which appear to have any locks on them.
Did you say there were no magical items? No magic?
No.
Okay.
Oh yes, no, there is. So yes, something does. But yeah, so for Fook, you're led to it by because you detect a magical aura coming from one of the chests.
I point to one of the chests and say magic.
I'll let you open that one then. Check the others, see if there's any traps that we can see or anything.
Okay. Then that'll be a perception check. Okay, right. You quickly check them over. There's no sign of any traps or anything like that on the chest. Here, and possibly even if there was, when you touch, lift the lids on them, they almost completely fall apart. They're really, obviously, it's probably centuries old.
I'll open the non-magical ones then.
Okay. To check one thing first. So the Fook, the chest that you can detect magic from, there's an element of enchantment magic from whatever's inside.
I use Mage Hand to open that one.
Okay. Right. So you start with the chest. So there's so in some rotten, mouldy sacks and bags, you find quite a lot of coins, some gems, and in the last one, amongst lots of buried under folded, rotted fabric, you find a mask.
I'm guessing it's
in it looks like a tribal mask that's carved in the likeness of a tiger's visage.
tribal tiger. I assume it's the magical thing.
It is, yes. In the chest, you find a total of totally impractical amount of copper, 2,000 copper pieces.
Sorry, say it again, slowly.
You find a total of 2,000 copper pieces.
2,000?
Yeah.
Shit.
730 silver pieces. And 4
Fucking hell.
gemstones. So again, not very useful.
Holy shit.
Can we convert it into gold?
Yeah, here on the top of the tower.
There's a bank just around there.
It's not
I vote
working
we
out
shovel
at
it.
20 gold.
I vote we shovel it off the top of the tower and let someone else have it. Anyway. I'm like, whoop whoop. Now, did we cover all the caves on the way up?
Yes.
Was anything of interest in the old people's sauna?
Not that we could see.
Okay. Alright, well, our job here is done then, I suppose. Shall we exit.
Will all those silver
We picked
pieces
up that
fit
bar and you're
inside?
up.
Yeah. I'll pick that up as we're leaving. But will all those silver pieces and gemstones fit in that pouch of Cade's?
I guess so, yeah.
We
Shove
have
them
the
all in there
pouch.
then. Yeah, it's all his stuff were left behind. It was just him that was gone.
Sorry, I thought the pouch was gone. I was
No.
quietly mourning all my money. I mean,
Oh.
our money, of course.
We'll put the silver pieces and the gemstones in that pouch of Cade's then. Leave the copper pieces.
Why don't we just fill a chest and just toss it off the edge?
Again, because we'll probably hit someone that we don't mean to.
Yeah, I suppose. Copper coins raining out of the dark. Who'd see that coming? Right, I suppose we pick a side.
We'll get the ropes and the bar then, Phil. Three of them.
Okay.
And then sort of say, right, if you guys want to join me, we'll, how it works is, you jump off the edge and I cast Featherfall. Actually, I don't know, Phil, do I cast Featherfall beforehand?
Well, you can, because you can cast it as a reaction, but so you don't
You
have
can
to.
cast it normally, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to wait until something's jumped up.
And at last minute,
Quite funny to do it.
and then screw it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just go out
Yeah.
of range before you finish.
Yeah, so
No,
I
the
suppose
reaction is quick. So yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
would be funny.
just because you can cast it as a reaction, I see no reason why you can't.
Yeah, it just
Cast it.
lasts a minute, and it doesn't end when you reach the ground,
Oh.
does it?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
It does. It
Yeah.
ends when you reach the ground. So my question to you is, does it end when you are standing on the ground?
That's a good point. That might that.
Sorry, that
might-
was the thing. That was the thing that stuck in my head.
Yeah,
Was
that's.
I think you have to be in the air.
Yes, which is a bit
Getting
strange.
we're getting into meta now, aren't we?
Well, no, it's very specific the way it's worded.
Yeah, it says choose up to 5 falling creatures. So it's a bit. This is another spell that's been changed in 5th edition because you could pre-cast it previously, or previous editions you could pre-cast it on somebody, couldn't you?
I think you have to be falling for this.
You
to
do
work.
have to be
It
falling.
says-
Specifically
it
says
says
the
falling
why-
creature.
Why don't you just start to cast it and hold it, and then we just all jump off and you then cast it?
Because I can cast it as a reaction at
Yeah.
any moment.
So it doesn't matter. It's a reaction.
Oh, right, okay.
So
As long as I've
somebody
not
don't
used
come-
my reaction.
Yeah. So long as that's not the case, and somebody don't come clubbing on the back of the head just as he's trying to do it.
I opportunity attack and then jump off the cliff and cast Featherfall. No, you don't. Yeah, got to be mindful of these things.
Brickfall.
Okay, guys, I'll break the news to everyone gently. The spell only works if you're falling. So, we need to run and jump, and then I'm going to cast it as we start falling.
I'm not running and jumping. I'll just jump and stay close to the edge.
Okay, but as soon as you touch the ground, the spell stops. Okay, so if you like hit the ledge,
Yeah.
the spell stops, and then you're
Yeah.
going to be like halfway up this tower. I'm just saying.
Yeah, 'cause the
So
ledges stick
you
out
need
quite
to
a bit.
you want to clear the ledge. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. But jumping just like about 7 foot out would do that though, wouldn't it? Because the ledges
Yeah.
weren't that
Yeah,
wide.
but but for Fook's so weak, he's going to have to take a run at that. All right. We find a relatively clear path, and just take like a 10-foot run, whatever you need. Just do step, step, step. So if I trip and fall, and everyone else jumps ahead of me, I can still cast and get them. Okay.
Is everybody comfortable with trusting for folk doing that?
Yeah.
Not really. But yeah.
Oh, the money for me. I've waited for this moment the whole campaign.
Treachery.
The whole party dies.
No, not the whole party.
Do a flourish.
Ta-da! All right. Fafuk sort of counts down 3, 2, 1, and then he'll sort of start 10 foot back, heads towards the edge, and then boing.
So everybody going at the same time?
Yeah.
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 I mean, you can be slightly behind me if you trust that more.
Too
And
far.
then as we start falling, I cast Featherfall on everyone.
Okay. Right. I should be.
I mean, the opportunity, you have to admit, was pretty delicious.
Yeah, here now you could just go. Well, I'll just cast it on. Okay. So we'll do that with possible complication. So yeah, you all jump off the edge, and for a brief moment you wonder if a Fook is going to actually fulfill his side of the bargain, and then you're relieved to find yourselves suddenly slow down and slowly but surely drift towards the jungle floor.
I think it takes us 3 rounds to get to the ground.
Yeah, it's not very slow, is it? It's still quite speedy. Still land with a bit of a bump. Yeah. So when you land on the ground, Azaka is the first person to emerge from hiding around the undergrowth surrounding the base of the tower.
Hold up the mask.
Right. Her eyes widen and a big grin spreads across her face. She you can see her trying to sort of restrain herself, but she doesn't. She just dashes forward and grabs it. Unless you're going to stop her.
No.
Nope.
But she does owe us 150 gold pieces. I remind her, give her 10 seconds to
Yeah.
enjoy the moment, then remind her she owes us some money. Oh, sweet. Where's our cash, bitch?
She don't owe us money. It's just that we
No,
don't
she
have,
does.
we don't have to pay
prepaid
her.
No, we prepaid her.
Did we?
Yeah, we prepaid her.
Or Fafuk did.
Yes. I
She,
prepaid her.
Yeah, she takes a moment and she like sort of turns it over in her hands, looking it over, and then she takes a pack off and removes a piece of silk. It's a pristine piece of silk. She carefully and lovingly wraps this mask up in it, stuffs it, puts it carefully back in her pack, and then she removes a bag and hands you your money back.
I
As
go,
per
thank you
ideal.
very much. I say, just in case you weren't aware, but it does give off enchantment aura of magic. In case you didn't know. I could identify it for you and tell you exactly what the mask is supposed to be doing if you wish me to.
She says, that's quite all right. You've done more than enough already. I'm in your I'm in your debt. I shall fulfill my side of the bargain as promised.
I'll ask her if anyone else had tried to retrieve it for her.
Says no. That's you're the first people that have agreed to do it.
That's all them dead bodies around tower.
I was going to say we did find a vaguely desiccated corpse in there, and I'll bring out them 2 figurines, the Monix ones.
Oh, good shout.
And I'll say these were on them, so I just wondered if you knew what they were.
They glow magical as well.
No.
Or did you? Have you already checked?
No, we already checked.
Right. She picks them up and turns them over in her hand. Says, She nods and says, yes, they represent Chiwanga. Chawinga.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, say it again.
She says the nature spirits.
Nature spirits.
Chimichanga.
Chawinga.
So the Onyx figurines are the actual nature spirits, or they're
No, these are they're just representing.
representations? Okay.
Tiny.
Are they dangerous?
I've never encountered them, to be honest, but I don't believe so.
Oh.
Perhaps indifferent.
Oh, that's fine. I can deal with indifferent. Right.
I'll put them away then.
So, I suppose we better camp for the night, and then maybe we can tidy up some of these dead bodies around the tower, give them a bit of a burial, and then get out of here.
I think we might be better off just heading back to where the others are, camping where they are for the minute. So we've still got
yeah,
the
that's
porters. There's the porters and everyone else.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. So
that sounds more sensible.
yeah. So Azaka leads you back through the jungle to where the rest of your slightly depleted party is camped down. Silda is the first person you see. She appears from where she's hiding in the brush as you approach.
Sorry, who?
Silda,
The guide.
the other guide that was
yes,
posing
thank
as
you.
a porter.
Thank you.
Yeah. So camp's already set up. It is what time is it? It's gone midnight.
Nearly midnight, yeah.
If I sleep in a bit in the morning, we'll all be good.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll set up as watch.
Okay. Right. You set up watch. Get ready down to retire. So Azaka offers to organise a watch with the porters, so you can all get a proper night's rest.
Oh,
Kind of heard. Do we trust the porters? I mean, these are the ones that stayed.
Yeah, but they can do it between like Silda and the half orc as well.
Yeah, Thundrill, Silda, Inet.
Yeah. So they should be able to cover the watch.
And Azaka too.
Yeah, they should do it. I think they should probably do it with at least like one of them and a porter, so they're doing two at a time. After what happened with Cade.
Yes, she's doing it. Don't worry, she'll be sure that they're on double watch.
Don't need another one of those thingy sisters showing up.
She'll partner one of the porters with Silda and Thundrill, Inet, myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll get his heads down then while they do that.
Okay. Let's shift back to the.
I'll be right back.
need a proper rest after a night of punching.
Good night of fisting.
Night of unrelenting punching.
Okay. Right. So you're all settling down. Grab after the watches. You discuss the organisation of the watch. Grab a little bit of something to eat and settle down. As you're all getting ready to retire for the evening, there's a little bit of a disturbance at the edge of the camp, and suddenly there's something flies at speed into the camp.
Better not be that parrot.
It's about the size of a parrot, maybe a bit bigger than a parrot. Flies straight into Lu Hai. Just barrels into him, almost knocking him off his feet.
Then he shits on his foot and flies away.
Right.
So-
You were surprised as you sort of grapple with this thing this whatever it is that's like flown into you. You're surprised to find a small dragon, which after a moment you recognise as Kay's familiar Luna.
Hey, what?
Well, that's a
who
surprise.
Has been
Thought it
missing.
died.
Well,
I'll call
Where
it
is
by
it?
its name.
right. Sort of crawls up and onto your shoulder and looking and sort of cranes its neck round, looking you in the face.
Ah, get it off me.
I wonder if he'll be able to
I'll
sense where Kate is.
stroke its head, Phil.
Okay, right. It sort of rubs its head up against your hand. Have we lost some of the artifact?
Me.
Tackling.
It's kicked me. Yeah.
All
I'm trying to get back in.
right. Yeah. So it sort of rubs up against your hand. And
Well, we're supposed
It's-
to keep it or
Can
something.
it speak?
it doesn't know.
No.
Could it mentally communicate with its
With its owner.
owner?
I'll say to it, do you know where Cade is?
It
Can
kind
it
of
make
looks
sounds?
of you. Yeah, I suppose it can make sounds.
And its intelligence, so maybe the helm of comprehend languages would work.
No, because it doesn't have a language.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, Luzai, you were saying something?
It sort of kind of looks at you, tilts its head to one side, and you can see the intelligence in its eyes, but you have no idea what it's if anything it's trying to get across to you.
Perception roll?
You make an intelligence check, I suppose. It'll be perception.
Intelligence. Just like a saving throw.
No, an ability check.
Oh, ability check. Where can I do that from?
Just click on
there.
Click on intelligence.
Yeah. Just about to try and roll an initiative check instead. That would have gone well.
It is a dragon and not a beast, isn't it?
What's that? 15.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like I say, you can see. You know it's intelligent. She's intelligent anyway, but you can't if it's trying to tell you something. You can't decipher whatever it is. And after a few more minutes, she sort of drops down to the floor and looks around and snuffles around in some of the bedrolls and just curls up and goes to sleep.
Sorry, is this in the morning or at night?
No, it's at night.
Still
Before
at
we've
night.
gone, before we've gone to sleep.
Okay.
I wonder if she might be able to sense where Cade is, though. With her being a familiar.
Mm. know anything about familiars.
Well, I don't. Just theorizing.
Yeah.
I don't know much about wizardly stuff.
Yeah. So, Fook shrugs, heads to bed. Fuller's watch. If he
Okay.
has one.
So you're retiring then.
Yeah, well, that's it for the moment.
Okay.
All the porters and the guys there, it's a friendly
Yeah.
beast.
Wasn't it around earlier, or did it disappear when we teleported?
Disappeared when we teleported.
Gotcha.
That's why we thought it literally were dead.
Okay. So yeah, after reassuring the rest of your expedition party, you retire for the evening, and you quite quickly slip into a nice restful sleep after the exertions of the night.
Hmm.
And you wake the next morning, nice and refreshed, stretch, get rub your
Go for
bleary
that.
eyes, and sit up from where you're sleeping, and to find that the camp is deserted.
Holy fuck!
There's no sign of Azaka, Inet, Undrill, or any of the porters, but everything, all the belongings, the supplies, everything's just laid where it was.
Oh, I wonder if the. Mind you, we didn't have any nightmares this time.
Is it
Luna's
daytime?
still. It's daytime, yeah. It's morning. Let's change it to.
Have a look
I didn't know
around and see if
you'd
we can find any
some help,
tracks.
Kieran.
Yeah. I was still down some from that spider because it nearly killed me.
I suppose we
Oh yeah, I
can we
forgot
see
about
any
that.
tracks or anything of the people who'd left?
Just have a look around for tracks. Stuff.
Okay, make survival checks if anybody's doing that. So Luna's still here as well. So she sort of wakes up,
Ooh,
stretches, and yawns.
That's for 20s.
second one of the day.
Is this a perception?
Survival.
Oh god.
You can make a
Yes.
perception check if you want. That'll that's sort of useful
Oh,
as well.
oh, that's
There
not
you go.
bad. That's a survival roll. Perception's just high for me, you see, because survival's not a skill I have. God, we're killing these rolls. 23,
Right.
22, 26.
Luna darts off into a tree and then reappears with a chomping on a small lizard. She sits by the what's left of the embers of the campfire and chomps away on it. So yeah, you look around. There's no signs of any tracks or anything outside of the camp. So there's signs of like activity inside the camp or just on the perimeter of it. But beyond that, there's no sign of any tracks actually leaving the campsite.
No signs of struggle or anything.
Nope.
What the fuck is going off?
We're pretty much screwed now then.
God.
Right. So meanwhile, Luna finishes her little snack, and then she sort of looks at you all and sort of leaps into there and starts flying repeatedly around you in a circle, and then she does that about several times, then just darts off into the jungle. And a few moments later, she comes back, circles around you again, then darts off again in the same direction.
We're going to have to clear up the campsite first.
Did
Pack
West?
everything away and we're going to say
Well-
pack everything away and then hide it in some of the undergrowth nearby. So at least if we return, we've got everything.
Well, I think it's unlikely someone will stumble across the camp. Maybe it's
Thinking
more
more
important.
of local wildlife just trashing through it all. You just leave it all out here. The local wildlife's going to come and investigate and trash it all.
Okay. Oh, we shove everything in a big heap under a bush, I suppose.
Yeah, pack everything up and then put it under a bush
Yeah,
near something we can mark.
somebody can make a survival check then and try if they want to try and hide it. If you want. Survival or wisdom check. So simple. There you go. Wow. 20.
Whoa.
It just
Fuchs is good at
disappears. Bing.
Fuchs good at hiding shit. What can he say?
What's this magic button you guys are pressing that keeps rolling these 20s?
It's that one that's on yours that's broken.
Mine's broke, I think.
It is permanently broken.
So what you're doing?
Right.
So yeah, Fuchs spends a few minutes hiding. You gather all your things together, and Fuchs hides it incredibly well.
Fuchs points out the problem is not hiding things; it's finding them after I've hidden them.
All the while, all the while, Luna keeps coming back, just flying around you and darting off. Every time going in the disappearing in the same direction. Only
We'll
two.
split up Cade's belongings between us all, because hopefully, if I'm thinking what's going to happen, she might lead us towards Cade. Maybe where the porters and everyone else has gone. So I think we better have Cade's belonging on us if we do find it.
Right, and then I suppose we finally follow the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, this becomes calms down a little when you finally start following her, and again she'll like come every so often she like flies back and lands on somebody's shoulders, and when she
Get
seems
off
to
me.
think she seems to think that you're like veering off in the wrong direction, she sort of takes off and like flies ahead again, steering you back on course.
I wonder if she used to be the one that's been shitting on everyone. Disguised herself as a parrot.
Yeah.
So you follow Luna through the jungle, not really sure which direction you're heading, but you go on for about a mile or so, and then you find you notice there's you're coming to the edge of like a bog or swampy like area, and that's shrouded in mist.
Spooky.
Ominous. I assume we have to go into the bog then.
Well, that's the way that Luna heads when you pause. She sort of flies into the bog and like lands on the branch of like one of these like a dead tree, and looks back at you.
Time to get the 10-foot pole out then.
You can all make a survival check as well if
Get a 10-foot pole out, Phil.
Oh
I'm not kidding.
Oh my
We've
God.
got one.
I was just
serious?
looking at Dan's roll.
All right, mine wasn't much better.
Sorry, what are we rolling again?
Survival check, yeah.
20. 20 button.
Dirty 21.
Okay. So yeah, it's a pass. So what are you doing anyway?
Using a 10-foot pole to poke ahead of us to make sure we're not just going to drop down into a sinkhole or something.
For Fook watches Obold starting to dig out a 10-foot pole and then says, I wonder if my water walk spell will allow us to walk across the bog.
They
Shall we
should
try
do.
that?
Going to be going across water and land. doesn't end when you touch land, does it?
No, it
Ah,
just stays
ah.
active.
How
That
long
would
does it
have
stay
been
active for?
hilarious. I
Description.
think it's like an hour.
Is it actually water? Because
Got
I've got
bogs.
I've got shape water as a cantrip. Could just carve his way through it, depending how deep it is.
Yes, 1 hour, no concentration, and as ritual. Across any liquid surface, water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava.
Okay, yeah, that should work.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But since we're off the, yeah, I defaulted back to my standard spell list after the tower. Yeah, ritually cast water walk. So for 1 hour, we can cross any liquid.
Right, so you're following after Luna then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, right, you cross over into this swamp or bog or whatever you want to call it, presumably after Fafook's cast water walking on everybody.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
it stinks like old lady farts.
So the trees here are covered in moss, and most of them look dead or diseased. Like I said, they're covered in moss and slime. And even if the actual trees themselves aren't dead, the leaves are. They're just totally bare of any kind of leaves. And all the bark of the trees is blackened. So the ground is, although you can't really feel it because of Pafook spell, but the ground is all boggy, hence the name. Soft, and it would probably be quite hard going without, if not for Pafook spell. But there's it's sort of the ground sort of uneven, so there's like sort of little lumps of land, sort of that stick up out of the water, out this black boggy water. But the water itself, when you test it, it's never more than like a couple of feet deep.
Just high enough to get in your boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odd place maybe where it's maybe because there's like it varies. It gets a little bit deeper, but overall it's generally about a foot to 2 foot deep. So as you're heading through, like I say, Luna keeps skipping, not skipping, but keeping ahead, flying from tree to tree, stopping and waiting until you catch up before moving forward again. So there's not much. You don't really see much animal life apart from a lot of the trees there's like these really weird looking black sort of lizard like salamander type things that swarm all over a lot of the trees. And in the shallow waters, you see a lot of big toads, but they're all kind of real deformed. They've got um, legs missing or extra legs and extra eyes and weird things like this. And it's not just the odd one. They all seem to be sort of deformed in some way.
Deformed bullfrog.
Yeah.
No, we're spending too much time around here, then, do we?
So the old place, it like stinks as well.
Hell are we going?
It's just this rancid smell of rot mold in the air. And as you go in through it, you can almost feel it on your lungs.
Smell of corruption.
But every so often, there's small patches of high ground that lift several feet out of the water, and on these patches of ground, the trees are normal. They're alive and all full of life, all green. And there's like lush green grass, and it's carpeted in like sweet smelling meadow flowers.
There's the water potentially poisoning everything. Everything that touches the water is corrupted.
But these sort of little oases, these little islands, are greenery, like few and far between. But anyway, so Luna leads you further and further into this bog, till you think it's coming to about midday. It's a bit hard to tell because, like I said, there's this constant mist and haze. And it's hard to even though you can tell it's daylight, it's hard to make out where the sun is. And it's getting a little bit hard going. There's like not because of you're able to. Although, do you keep renewing the spell?
Yeah,
Is
obviously.
it using up spell slots or is that a cantrip or something?
No, it's ritually casting it.
Oh, so you're stopping to ritually cast it every hour. Yeah.
Yes, every time we find a likely spot, I can settle down.
Okay.
I assume I can't walk and ritually cast at the same time. Yeah, figured not.
So anyway, it's Fafoot calls a halt on when you come to one of these little green spots of greenery, to renew the water walking spell. And Luna flies off, and lands at the side of a tree a bit further on this island. And as you look over, you can see some legs sticking out from the tree with big feet.
Sorry, say it again slowly.
So
What's got big feet?
So you see some legs with big hairy feet sticking out from behind a tree.
Do we all see this or just me?
Yes, everybody.
Well, Fafoot freezes, obviously.
Bigfoot being found.
Yeah.
Cautiously make my way around the tree, see if I can find out what it is.
Okay, so Cade, despite your earlier dream, you're incredibly surprised to find that Luna suddenly plops down the side of you.
Oh, I hug her.
And even more so, you're surprised to see Orbold suddenly like poke his head round the side of this tree.
Well, it's like I was right that she knew where you were.
I asked you, what took you so long, my friend?
Well, you just disappeared. We woke up and after a night of nightmares, and you'd just gone. Just with all your stuff left behind, and you just disappeared.
I don't know what happened.
The same seems to have happened to the rest of the party now. All the porters and our guides have gone.
Oh,
This is lovely. What about these big legs?
That's
and
Cade.
hairy feet?
they are my legs. You wanna sniff them?
I thought you said they were giant legs.
No, just a giant, large foot.
Phil, you make your players paranoid.
It's easy to.
Some giant taking a big dump or something.
So as you all approach and are relieved to find Cade there, you do notice something different about Cade, which gives you a bit of a flashback to that nightmare you all had. So there's on the side of Cade's head, there's a big clump of hair and scalp missing.
Ooh,
Wow.
What happened there?
Yeah, do you know what's happened there, Cade?
No, I haven't even noticed. Do you have a mirror? Do I look ugly? No one gonna love me anymore. I'm looking for a water surface and trying to establish the damage.
Okay,
Well, Fafoot's always got a mirror in his pocket, so there you go, buddy.
Take the opportunity to give Cade all his stuff back then.
Okay.
Oh,
all of it. All of it. I thought
Yeah.
a few things went missing.
No, nothing went missing. Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. So I look. I mean, I pocket my things. Check my spell books, and I check myself in the mirror.
Okay, yeah.
I'll let him know
So
there's some extra items in that pouch of yours as well, because we found a couple of items.
Oh wow. Okay.
so
Cool.
yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
looking in this mirror, and there's a big chunk of your hair being torn that's been torn from your scalp. Like I said, there's hair and skin missing. There's just like this red, angry, sore-looking patch. Um,
Does it
No.
look like something a cure spell could fix?
possibly, possibly. But like I say, it all gives you flashbacks to that nightmare you had. If you remember it.
We do.
Vaguely.
Yeah, vaguely.
Flashback to some kind of elderly hag, I
Yeah.
believe is the term, or witch,
Yeah.
leaning over Cade, and then she like ripped a tuft of hair off him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I had the same dream. Yes.
swallowed it.
Oh yes, swallowed it.
So is she making a voodoo doll of me or something?
Have a look around where he is, see if there's any tracks or anything that either leading away from him or leading to where he is.
Um, no, the only tracks you find are yours and some coming from another direction, which look like they're probably Cade's.
So has Cade just been? Have you been just sitting here for like a day or two or three or what?
I don't remember. Honestly,
Oh, yes.
no idea.
You know, you
I
can. This is a safe space, Cade. You can tell us where the dirty people touched you if you want.
uh, I show you my feet. That's where they touch me.
You know, I know there are humans out there with some weird halfling kinks. You know,
Yeah, the feet fetishes or whatever.
Have a look in the direction that the tracks from Cade came in. See if
Okay,
there's
it's
anything interesting in that direction that I could see.
you just it looks you look all around it just looks the same. You can't see more than maybe 50 yards, 100 yards at the most before it just disappears into the light. Just this haze of the mist.
well, I don't think hanging around here is gonna help us much. Shall we see if Luna can lead us back out again?
Mhm.
Right, so at that, Luna sort of scrambles up, tunnels
Yeah.
under Cade's shoulders of Cade's cloak, and just sits there with her head poking out.
Oh, I hold her. I hug her and hold her. She's not flying. That's it. We need to walk.
What are you going to say, corpse?
No.
Well, blooming marvelous. So now we've got to try and find our way back again. How
Yeah.
to help?
Yeah.
I think Luna's thick. That's what I think.
She
We
has
walk in
done her
circles.
job. How about if
Okay,
we fly?
done half a job. Oh, flying would be awesome.
Okay. So let's have a look how many people I can fly. Oh,
Follow
it's
me.
only two. I'm looking for a dwarf volunteer.
Not again.
Okay, so anyone else volunteer?
Well,
Uh,
Fufu's more than happy to fly, or maybe one of the monks, because the monks also, if they suddenly start falling, shouldn't take
Okay,
much
so
flying.
who wanna be? No
not me.
volunteers?
No, not me.
Make Lazai fly. He's not talking.
Okay,
Make him
so I like to cast fly on level 4,
Okay.
so two of
No.
them can fly. Okay.
I'm not interested.
Yeah. Oh, you so I don't want it casting on him.
either. Well, it's Fufukan. It's Caden Fufuk then.
Oh, you don't want to fly either? What's wrong with it? It's not Ryanair. Okay, and I fly myself then.
And me. And me.
Yeah. You and me. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine. Then.
thank you.
Okay. So what are you doing?
We fly.
I don't think it serves any purpose.
I mean,
We
can
go-
we see actually? Is it
We
foggy?
go high up.
Yeah,
We
so
Are
go
we
it's really
heading
foggy.
back?
You can't see in any direction more than 100 yards, if that.
Okay. So if we fly high, are we breaking out from this mist, fog,
Okay.
or anything?
Right. You both. What you doing? You're both flying up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. You.
Hold my hand. Hold my hand.
Okay. You fly up. After you've gone up maybe 100 yards or so, the ground fades from view, and all around you is just this grey mist, and you can see the light of what might be the sun somewhere above you, but no matter how high you go, you, it don't get any clearer, and you start to lose track of how high you've gone and how long
Okay.
you've been going up.
We stop at this point when if we feel something is not right, and we start to descend back to the ground.
Okay.
Now we can keep going. If the spell runs out, I'll just cast Featherfall and we'll float down again.
No, I don't think so. This is the solution. So that I don't have the feeling for it.
Fine.
So we have to find a different way of going out from this.
You know it's going to just be walking around in bloody circles for days.
It's fine. Who is the person we're gonna eat first?
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear that.
Okay. What do you think? Who's gonna be the first person by us?
First person by
To
us
eat.
is all I heard.
First person to eat.
Why would we eat anyone? I can cast a spell that gives us all food.
Don't be a killjoy.
I don't eat anyone. That's gross. Don't know where any of you have been.
Listen, I'm a halfling. I have to think with my stomach.
Okay.
You look juicy.
Excuse me.
Oh,
So you eventually return to the ground. So the others are concerned when you get there. They said that you've been gone for like nearly an hour,
Wow.
which
Does
can't
fly
be
last?
right because this
Does,
fly
does,
spell only lasts 10 minutes.
yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, that something is fishy there.
okay. Yeah, there's definitely something hinky in this place. I think
Time slowed down inside the mist then.
potentially, yeah. All right. Well, in that case, let's cast Water Walking and just get out of here then.
Something tells me we're not getting straight back out.
Possibly not, but just sitting here is not going to change our situation either way.
It's fine.
Let's
We're
go
still-
stay till after dark or something.
We still need to find out where the porters are. The guides. And undrill.
Assumption would be that they're going to be in here somewhere. This is where Cade is.
Yeah. That's what I thought. What did Wakanga say? Do they normally reside in like a cave or something?
Sorry, what's that?
Wakanga, didn't he say that they normally resided in a cave or something like that?
Sorry, who resides in a cave?
The hag.
Oh, the heck, sorry. Can't remember.
No, I can't do.
I thought he said that they resided normally deep in a cave or something.
No, I don't have those notes on this machine. Soz. Well, we're going to make a start. I mean, we can search this little patch of dryness. How big is it? Full?
It's probably about 50 foot across.
There's nothing else here.
No, like I said, It's there's in the center, roughly the center, there's this one big tree that Cade was sat underneath, and then dotted around there's the smaller trees and bushes, and like I said, there's the grass, long sort of lush green grass and meadow wildflowers everywhere.
Well, I mean, it's just after midday now, so if we get a hurry on, we might be able to get out of this place before darkness. What do you guys think?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, something tells me, like I said, that we're not going to be getting out there.
Can't see anything other interesting that would help us. Okay, so we head out then.
Okay. This is just like a generic map, just for a bit of
Yeah.
swampy atmosphere.
Right. Cast water walk, and we try and retrace our steps.
Okay. Right, you can make a survival check then.
Yeah.
With advantage, because we're all helping each other.
Nope, no advantage.
So we
Okay,
all make survival checks.
no, just
We'll
one.
make him one.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have rolled.
It's alright, we rolled exactly the same. So you can't. You've no idea which way you came from. The
Oh, that's
tracks.
obvious.
You can. There's a tracks that you can. There's traces of your tracks on this little island that'll lead you to the edge, but give you a rough, maybe pointing in a rough general direction. But just looking around, it's just impossible. Everywhere looks the same.
Nice. Right, we crack on then.
Okay. So you can include everybody in a water walk spell, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
And it's
right.
up to 8 people.
Right. Okay, right. You set off in a random direction, apparently.
Yep.
Trudging across this bogland, going up. It takes you up and down, or walking across. Are you sticking onto the sort of water, more to the water, or you're trying to stick more to the what sort of swampy bits of land there are, or just walking
Um,
straight in a straight line and going, taking it as it comes?
well, we kind of had to do that following
Yeah.
Loon on the way here, so try and do the same on the way back.
So just walking attempting to walk in a straight line.
Yeah, I think if we try to go from dry patch to dry patch, it might actually cause us more problems trying to keep a bearing, if there's such a thing.
Are we actually trying to escape this bog, or are we looking for people inside?
They're trying to get out.
Okay.
I mean, we walked for half a day, so that's 4 hours of walking. We probably could have travelled 10, 12 miles in that time. If we're walked from the edge to, let's be generous and say, maybe the center of a circle, you're talking 2 pi r squared for surface area, which will be, let's say, 12 miles at 16 kilometers squared, 144 times 2, so that's like 288 square kilometers of area, and we can only see a couple hundred meters. Yeah, so I think the smart move is just to try and get out, unless we have some way of tracking the other members of the party, which I don't think any of us have. So I could cast Sending to
I was
Azarka.
just thinking that.
I mean, while we're walking, I'll cast Ascending to Azarka and sort of say, "Hey, Azarka, found Cade in a weird, misty bog place. Trying to get back the way we came, but very hard to find our bearings. So, yeah, there's that. You can reply to this message."
Okay, there's continue on, but for whatever reason, you get no response.
Okay. Right. We trudge and trudge and trudge.
Oops. Somebody should have got a bing bong.
Oh, right. Oh,
Bing bong.
oh. Is it nearby?
Yes, just ahead, almost 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 at the side of you, just about maybe 10 feet ahead.
Of me or like the whole party?
The whole party in general, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. I Fafuk calls out, "Wait, everyone! There's something ahead under the water." Like, and I sort of try and indicate, like 10 foot in front of you, don't move. Like
Can
two
see
little
it.
amber eyes poking out the water.
I can see it.
So yeah, so Luhai sees it too.
What does it do?
It sits there, motionless. See its eyes looking at you.
Fafuk sort of calls out to it and goes, "Shoot! Shoot!"
It's an edge away from it, like a wide berth around it.
Does it do anything?
No, doesn't move.
Fafuk casts Mage Hand.
Okay.
So the Mage Hand appears above its head, and then one of the skeletal fingers slowly drops down and pokes one of the eyeballs.
Okay.
Roll for initiative.
Right. Right. Suddenly, it suddenly there's an explosion of water, and it bursts up from the surface of the water.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
This
Fuck,
huge
3x3.
frickin'
crocodile.
Crocodile. Swamp. Do you guys see that
Croc.
article about a guy who lost a drone? They were trying to film something, and a saltwater crocodile heaved itself out of the water and ate it. Just like snap, gone. Fuck.
So it's a good 20 foot long.
And 10 foot in front of us.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Initiative,
so,
or do we
yeah,
get a surprise round
no.
while I poked it in the eyeball?
No, initiative.
Ah, fuck. God, Obol's fast.
Waiting for Lee with his natural 20.
Roll that.
What's it with me? A natural 20 on fucking initiative.
Fucking
my
hell.
God. The side barely goes before the
Fuck.
I know. I'm amazed I managed to go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with tackling roll 20.
Right. So first to act. Oh, come on. So first to act is Obold. This huge, giant crocodile rises out up out of the water, hissing.
Smack it.
I'll move that way then, Phil.
If you move that, that's walking through its thing. You want to just walk the corner unless you want to provoke an attack.
You want to go here?
Yeah.
What? Oh, so
Oops. The whole thing.
hang on. So I can attack it from this corner here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well, I'll just get there and then attack it then.
Yeah. I presume you did that against goblins.
Yeah.
Is it? So, yeah, because
I'll attack it then, Phil.
It's a 3x3 thing. So.
Start with my spear.
Okay. Right. You lunge and strike it with your spear.
That thing is huge. Sweet.
Am I 8 Phil?
Yes.
All right.
Lunge and strike it with your spear.
4. I'll make that a stunning strike as well.
Okay.
Constitution save of 14.
Right. Has no effect. Not stunned.
All right. Attack again then.
Okay. Right. You strike it again. 9 damage. Stabbing it again.
And I'll do another stunning strike on it.
Okay. And it has no effect.
Oh, oh, not that one.
Is it injured at all, Phil?
You what? Sorry.
Injured.
Is it injured? It does. It looks barely.
Last one.
Right. Strike it again. Oh, hey, you going in for the headbutt?
Yeah.
Headbutt crocodile.
I headbutt its nostril.
Right. You. Bizarrely, you go in and headbutt it on its snout.
Take that.
Okay. So next to act is tackling.
I will wild shape into which one is it? Is it rage first or wild shape? I'm going to rage first, Phil.
Okay.
And then I will. Can I get in a position whereby
To flank that, you would have to be on the opposite corner.
You have to be here or here.
There.
Where is-
there. Yeah, there.
that one?
Yeah.
So let's just check then. One.
You'll provoke an attack.
No, if I don't go this way, 4, 5. Like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You move
I
30.
can get there without it. I can get there without hitting Mikana.
Yeah, you can get there to where you can move 30, can't you?
Yeah. 35.
Oh, yeah, you can. Jolly good.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so that's flanking.
So just hit it with. What's it where? Oh, is it gone into? Yeah, I've got epic advantage.
Okay, right. Slash it or stab it with your short sword. It's a piercing weapon, isn't it? Short sword.
Yes.
Yeah, piercing.
Okay, nice. Nice damage.
No, and then I'll attack again, Phil. Oh, it's not saved it. That's weird. Is it? There it is. Oh, I meant to do it with does that hit? I'm actually might get
Hits.
critical.
Yeah, hits.
I might get critical 1 second because I've got advantage on it.
All
Tap.
Just a
No,
hit.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Right, stab it again with your short sword.
It's me done.
Okay, it's looking a bit injured now. And next to act is Cade.
Okay, I like to cast the slow on this creature, please. So if he can do a wisdom saving throw against 14.
Slow wisdom savings 14. Okay. His wisdom would be right.
Wise old lizard.
Okay, so it fails its save, so it's slowed. Which remind me what that does.
Okay, so it's -2 on AC,
Okay.
-2 on dex saves.
Okay.
Speed is halved.
Uh-huh.
It cannot use reactions.
Uh-huh.
And on its turn, it can either use an action or a bonus action, not both of them.
Right.
And if he wanna cast a spell, there are further things, which I guess he's not casting.
Now,
God, I hope
I
not.
surprise you if he does. What should we?
So
Crocodile
minus,
Talk.
-2,
Fireball.
-2 AC, -2 dex, speed halved, and only
Excellent.
one action, okay? And no reaction.
Right. Okay.
And how far is it from me?
It is, so it's what, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
I'm going backwards. I'm trying to gain distance between me and this monster.
25 feet going to that. Have a look.
I'm
Okay.
done.
Rightio. So, next to act is Fafuk.
Fuchs not so sure about this thing. He saw Cade casting at it. He's also going to just move his sort of traipse his way across to where he can actually see Tacklin and Obold just on the edges.
Okay.
And not sure what he wants to do, so it casts Bless on Tacklin, Obold, and Cade. Actually, no, cast Bless on Tacklin, Obold, Cade, and Luzai using a second level spell, so everyone's got Bless.
Okay.
So that's a 1d4 to saves and to hit.
Rightio.
And then keeps his head on a swivel in case there's another one of these things just lurking nearby, waiting to flank us all.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so next to act is Luhai.
Luzai, tis you. Oh, there he is.
Right.
Running forward for some killer
I'll
fisting.
attack it.
In a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator.
Okay. Punch. Punch, punch. Okay. Okay, right, you slam the flat of your palm into it. Yeah, because it's an open hand attack, isn't it? It's not actually fist, is it? It's not closed fist.
Yeah, is the way of the open hand.
Yeah, so it's open hand attacks. Yeah, so you slam it with the heel of your palm.
Slap it in the face.
Yeah, slappy. Happy slappy attacks. 7 points of damage.
Make that stunning strike, Phil.
Okay. And what's DC's 15? Is it yours?
See 15. Yeah.
Okay, it's stunned.
Cool.
Stunned and it's slowed. Right. Okay, what next?
Lots of fisting. Come on, Luzai. Lots of fisting.
I'm going to hit it again.
Okay, right, strike it again.
I think the only way Luzai misses is if you roll a 1 right now.
It's badly injured. Ooh,
Ooh.
20.
Ooh, nat 20.
The crocodiles up menu, boys.
It tastes like
Crocodile's
chicken.
back on the menu, boys.
It's very
Oh.
bland.
And it failed.
Crocodile is kind of bland.
Hang on, hang on.
Hang on.
Oh, it's done it properly this time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it must. I was looking through the settings. Some of the settings.
Hang on.
Got changed. Another hang on. Hang on, what? What?
That's me done.
Okay, so,
That's me done.
right. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so next to act is it, or rather, it doesn't do anything because it's stunned. Okay.
New round.
So, new round, reset initiatives. That's terrible.
2.09.
Wow.
Is it slow?
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, I thought I was going first there for
Yeah,
a
I don't
second,
think
and then
it can- yeah,
Luzai
it-
did his usual.
Ooh, somebody rolled a
Always
one. Who rolled a
one better.
Whose was that one?
I don't know, I'm looking now, I can't see him.
No, I can't see a
Oh,
one.
that might have been the crocodile actually.
Yes, crocodile.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
crocodile.
So first to act is Lu Hai.
Yeah.
Come on, beat it, scaly ass.
I'm doing it.
Oh my god.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Again. Don't roll a one this time. Roll a 2 instead.
So sad.
Normal hit.
Ooh, you almost did more
Yes.
damage than a normal hit. Now, if you rolled a 1, you'd still be getting a 9, and then you'd still have to roll a 1d4 for bless. So your minimum hit would be a 10 if you rolled a 1.
It doesn't
So excluding
doesn't add,
ones.
add to damage though, does it?
No.
No, not to damage. I'm talking about your to hit. Because you got plus 8
All right, yeah.
effectively to hit. Plus 1 for minimum of bless. That's a 9. So if you rolled a 1, you hit AC 10, except ones miss. 18 hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
What's attack?
8.
At 8 points of damage.
Okay. Right. It's yeah. It's looking very critically injured.
Can't see anything.
No longer
Your
stunned though.
vision gone, hasn't it? Oh, right. Sure why that's happened.
I don't see it surviving till the end of this particular
13.
round.
24.
Okay, so next to act is Fafuk.
If we cast Sacred Flame at it, can it dodge 15 dex save? Make a 15 dex save?
32 points of damage, Phil.
It has got -2 on dex.
What's saving throw?
15.
15. Ooh, it's no. So so yeah, it fails. It would have done, but it's slowed, so it fails.
Sorry, I can't quite see what it's doing here. Damage. Normal. 7 points of Sacred Flame damage.
Okay, as its stuns expired as well, haven't
Yeah, finished at the end of Luhai's turn.
But it's got a -2 on AC for
Yeah.
slow.
it? Okay.
Is it dead yet?
No, but it looks on the verge of death. It's like it's covered in cuts and bleeding profusely. It's it's near death.
Not what it expected when it got up this morning.
So next to act is tackling.
Hit it with advantage.
Oh,
Not 20.
It's dead. There's no point rolling for damage.
Found the
it's dead.
20 button.
no, I want to. Don't take this away from me.
15 points of damage is dead.
Yay!
Slicer.
So in my turn, can I get my pocket knife out and for a steak?
If you want, you can spend. If you want to spend an hour, you can remove some meat from it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not so sure we should be eating something that lives in this water.
No, I don't think we should either.
I mean,
Mm.
the frogs and things look diseased. This thing looks healthy, I
Enormous.
suppose. Do you really want to be eating something that's acclimatized
No.
to poisonous water? It's like
Is
that
that-
three-eyed fish from The
I'm
Simpsons.
a halfling with a strong stomach.
We didn't rescue you just for you to
Just for
kill
you to kill
yourself.
your son.
All right, I give up my meal plans and let's move on.
I mean, yeah, wow. Okay, I hope we don't meet another one of these things.
Okay, right. You stop and rest for a few minutes anyway to catch your breath, so it settles out before moving on.
This time we start keeping an eye out for more of these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can move at a slower pace, a steadier pace, which is you're able to spot things better. If you want.
Yeah.
Do that now.
Okay.
We do not need to inadvertently walk into three of these things having a conflab.
Yeah, it would have been quite a nasty surprise for that somebody if you hadn't spotted.
Can you imagine? Doody, crocodile!
Okay, right. So you continue on trudging through this bog swamp.
Recasting water walk as appropriate.
You've gone for you're going for a few more hours, and it becomes apparent. It quickly becomes apparent, or rather, it quickly starts to the light quickly starts to fade as you notice this what you presume is the sun has dropped almost out of view. There's just like a sort of a light haze on the horizon.
What do you think? Find a dry spot and camp?
Yeah. I'm not happy about camping in here, though, to be fair.
Me neither, but who knows what's going to come out after dark in this place. Fucking flying crocodiles without luck.
Yeah.
Can we find a dry spot to cast Leomund's?
Yeah, you can keep going if you want. You want to keep push on, see if you can find one of these little sort of green spots.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Right, so you push on, regardless of the fading light.
I cast light spells.
Okay, and as the light finally starts to fail and Fafut throws up a light spell, you spot one of these green sort of oases. These islands of green amongst the bog with a large uprooted tree lying on its side. It's like huge. It must be about 15-20 feet across the trunk of this tree. And let's see, text is small. And you can see strange carvings, sort of covering most of the bark on the side of the tree that you can see. And where at the base of the tree, through all the tangles of roots, you can see an opening and a dim light, flickering light like torchlight, emanating from within.
Can I read what's on the ruins, on the carvings?
Sorry?
Can I read what's on the carvings?
No, it's you don't know the language.
It's not Druidic.
It's not Druidic, no.
Okay.
Cautiously approach it then. Weapons at the ready.
I kill my light so it doesn't give us away.
Okay, right. As you approach, you draw more in line with this opening at the base of this tree, this fallen tree, and you're surprised to see the inside of the tree has been hollowed out into like a makeshift shelter, and inside you can see a heavily muscled, blue-skinned humanoid creature with long white flowing hair, and clawed fingers. Looks maybe about 10, 12 feet tall. Is kind of hunched over, cooking on like a makeshift stove. He's set up inside.
I'll just say below the camp.
Sorry, hang on. I want to clarify just a few of your statements before we go.
I'm good.
So, there's a blue-skinned, muscle-bound creature, long white hair,
Yeah.
long claws,
Yeah, so
12 foot
clawed
tall.
fingernails, not long claws.
12 foot tall.
About 10, 12 foot tall. It's a bit hard to tell as he's like I say, he's
Doesn't
sort of
this
hunched over.
doesn't this thing look like the creature that turned invisible and was fucking our shit up?
No.
It
Yeah.
does look incredibly similar to that thing in the tower at.
Oh, well, that blue as well.
Yeah, like a fucking Smurf. So that had horns. Does this thing have horns?
It does have horns, yes.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, there's nothing to say this one's going to be like that one.
And next the crocodile we meet, I'm sure it's very friendly.
I'll just say hello
you
to
can
camp.
smell. Sorry.
I'll say hello to camp.
Looks like fuck. What are they?
Right. It looks up as it looks as it turns its head towards you can see it's got like just milk white eyes And
Blind.
well, no, it's got its eyes
Who
wide.
knows?
It sort of raises itself up to its full height and sort of
Freaky.
comes comes to the opening in this tree. Who goes there?
We were just travelling in this bog. Can't seem to
Travelling.
find
Nobody
its way
travels
out.
in this bog.
We just seem to have got stuck in it. We can't find our way out, so we're just looking for somewhere to camp the night. We wondered once we saw your camp if you'd be willing to share it.
You can make a persuade roll. Says, stand where I can see you all.
I'll just motion everyone to come over to me.
Fook does so cautiously. Not quite ready to spell, but next best thing.
Says, how did you come to be here?
Came looking for one of our colleagues, one of our party. Point to Cade. So we were looking for him. We found him in here. And once we found him, we tried to make his way out, but didn't see it's getting dark, so we're going to have to spend the night in here.
Says, be the first of many.
What do you mean?
As he's speaking, he like steps completely out of the tree, this hollowed out tree with his.
What?
In one hand, he's got a big sort of hunting knife, and the other is there's a big chunk of meat on a fork.
So what do you mean? You'll be the first of many.
You're trapped.
What do you mean?
This place is cursed.
There must
Fook
be some
says,
way
"For
out,
fuck's
surely.
sake, Cade, why you can find somewhere nice to get captured? Idiot halfling.
Once you've walked outside of the jungle, you're lost. You're
I
lost
can
to
hear you.
you're lost to this bog forever.
Supposed to. You can hear Fook and Cade in the background having a couple squabble.
So why?
So
Surely there must be some way out.
he ducks back inside and picks up a few things, and then carries them outside. Sets up some food on a like a tree stump, and sits himself down.
We'll be right back.
And starts eating. Glances over at you every now and then.
So well, if you're happy for us to share the camp, maybe you could tell us about the place.
He grunts and shrugs. He doesn't seem to, he doesn't protest when you walk, if you approach.
Approach then. Sit down.
Okay, right. He quietly continues eating his food, carefully keeping an eye of each of you. After he's been
Oh,
eating for a while, he says, "There's no way out. I've been here 40 years now.
40 years.
Me and my brother Krug."
How would you know?
Know what?
How long you been here?
points to markings on the bar. Kept track of time. Little else to do.
So, Fuke has a quick question. What the fuck are you?
I am Oni.
You are owning
Oni.
Oni.
O-N-I.
Oni.
My name is Kurg.
Oni the Kurg. No,
Kurg
Kurg
the
Oni.
Kurg
the
the Oni.
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 I wrote down Oni the Kurg. He is now forever the Kurg. So, we've collectively, some of us, once ran into one of your kind that was trying extremely hard to murder us all. Is that like a general trend in your kind, or is there like good ones and bad ones? Do you have like
Says we only
murderous impulses?
are an aggressive and warlike race by nature. This is true. My time here has mellowed my temper somewhat. There seems little point for
Excellent.
rage. Lost in this swamp.
Right.
It is
So
rage. It is rage that got my brother Krug killed.
we came here looking for our colleague, who we were told had been taken by some hags. I'm assuming they dwell in this bog, misty place.
Says there is a hag here. She's the one that cursed this place.
And we're ending her and the curse.
Maybe that's what my brother Krug thought. He tempted to slay her when we first became trapped here. But I warned him not to go, and when he didn't return, I went to seek him out. Found his body laying out in front of her cabin, his jaw snapped and torn clean off.
Sounds formidable. So you could navigate through this swamp.
Well, I'm not sure. Sometimes I think the swamp takes you where it wants to take you.
Or would you be able to take us to a cabin?
I've no interest in going finding a cabin. I can tell you how to. I can tell you know how to know when you're close. Just follow the skulls.
Cool. Oh, they're like on the floor, mounted on trees, mounted on poles.
You'll see them. They're everywhere. You'll know when you're close. Skulls, all missing the jaws, the lower jaw.
So, let's say we end this curse. What would you do first, the Kurg? What would you do first?
Get out of the swamp.
Would you like to come with us? We could really use a big blue person with your skill set.
I don't know. Maybe. I've been on my own for so long. For decades.
The Kurgan. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think a good night's rest, and then let's go hunt us some hag.
A hag.
Yeah, I'll have to find the witch.
We got stuff to do, I'm afraid. So, the Kurg, are you aware that there's a curse across the whole world at this time? where the souls of any of those who die are being trapped in some diabolical machine
If
somewhere
you
here in
say so.
Chult.
There's a curse. The curse here. I've been here for 40 years.
I was going to say, I don't think he'd be aware.
I know nothing of what's happens beyond the bounds of this swamp.
Well, knowing this now, would it interest you to join us to help end this greater curse if we manage to release you from this curse?
I might consider it.
Well, he seems chatty
Companionship
enough.
does have its appeals.
Yeah,
I'd imagine so after 40 years being stuck in here.
The first people I've seen for more than 6 months or more.
6 months. So, oh, hang on, whole new line of questioning just opened up. So, please tell me his name was Dyson and he died horribly. A tiefling.
He says he don't.
Horns, like
He said no. He's not seen the tiefling. He doesn't know who they were because he just saw them at a distance, and he had no interest in approaching them.
okay.
He says you're welcome to stay here then, camp here the night, but you can sleep outside.
Yeah, we can cast a spell that would give us some protection. You know, in case one of those crocodile things come up and try and eat us in the dark.
I require payment for sleeping in my haven. On my haven, rather, not in my haven.
I could perform. I am quite a famous performer. I could perform some
That's
of
of
the.
no use to me. Clothing,
Not
blankets.
I was going to say it's not the best thing out here either.
Yeah, I was trying to cover my ears behind his back. And shaking my head towards this, swamp guy.
Yeah, shut up, you lot. Really good. Getting better all the time.
If you want to stay on my haven, then I want things that are of use to me.
Who comes one of his favorites for a 20. Okay, well, sorry, you said blankets and something.
Some things of practical use.
I've got that canvas that we're going to use to catch in water. We've never actually used.
I don't know. I mean, the last Oni we tangled with had some pretty impressive abilities that appeared to be able to fly and turn invisible. Is that like standard for your people? Kind?
He nods.
Holy shit, that must be awesome.
So no flying out of here. Don't think I haven't tried.
We tried. It didn't work. Time seemed to become very strange. And after flying as far as we could up, we still didn't leave. 40 years and he didn't try that? I think the guy's a bit dim.
Tried everywhere. You keep walking. Pick a direction, keep walking. You'll find your way back here eventually.
I'm trying to look at my equipment list for anything that may intrigue him, but I don't really have a lot because I lost all my shit, didn't I?
Yeah. Got a spare backpack.
I've got, yeah. We could gain this canvas if that's of any use to him. 2 meters by 2 meters.
Give him a canvas and that spare backpack we had. We found on that desiccated corpse.
He happily accepts the canvas. it's something of use to him.
Could have that backpack that we found on that desiccated corpse. If it's still use.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything that I can.
Yeah, so he happily accepts his payment. Manages to set up camp, points out like areas where he's put made like planks and boarded out some of the wetter areas to make it more level.
We'll set up his watch and Lehman's tiny hut and rest for the night then.
He keeps an eye on you all the time. He comments there's no need to keep an eye out. These havens are safe. Nothing seems to venture here. Nothing. No ill has ever befallen me while I've lived here.
Bow to his knowledge then.
I would not.
We spent 40 years here and that's not happened then.
Yeah, but nothing says that he may not decide that a little bit of tasty side meat will suit him nicely, and Lehman's tiny hut will be interfering with his dinner plan.
Yeah, but I'm not saying not put Lehman's tiny hut down. He says you don't need to do a watch.
Oh, right. I thought you were saying don't worry about
No. Still put the hut down, we're just not doing a watch.
Thank him for his guidance and head to bed.
Okay, fine. So you eventually all retire to Lehman's hut, courtesy of the return of Cade. You see him. He sits out under the stars, under the stars, under the mist, for long into the night before he finally retires.
Cool. Do we wake up in the morning?
You do.
Woohoo!
And his Cade still there.
He is. Yeah.
No more chunks of hair missing.
You find,
He hasn't been snatched by another pedo ring.
You find Kurg fishing at the edge of the water.
You say fishing?
Yeah.
I'm very quiet, Phil, sorry.
Oh, I moved the mic. Sorry.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, you find him fish. When you wake, you find him fishing at the edge of the water.
Say, have you ever had to deal with one of those big crocodile things?
He smiles and points to
He's been
inside his shelter. Says, I've been eating. That's what's been. I've been eating for the past few days.
Yeah.
The fish aren't for eating. The fish are for bait.
Very clever. Right. I mean, is there anything worth chit-chatting about before we go hunt a hag?
Oh, we'll just ask him which general direction to head off into. He's aware.
He shrugs and says, There's no direction to head. You'll either find her or you won't.
Any
Is there a way
advice
to
for
come back
once?
here?
Oops.
Or is it just a case of we are lost and we'll stumble across her if we stumble across her?
I don't know how you find her. I can tell you what to look the signs to look for. Like I say, if you start to see skulls, then
Missing.
then you are nearing her domain.
Sorry, I meant you. And how do we find you?
I'll be here. You'll either find me or you won't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was a question. It's okay. Thanks.
if you can manage to head in a straight line, I know this is that is one thing I know. This you'll eventually come back to where you started.
If we no, if we find another like area like this one, then are we okay resting in any of these areas like this?
In my experience, yes. That's why I call them havens. A respite from the dangers and the stink of the bog.
All right.
Any advice about the hag? I mean, anything you know about her abilities or
I only know rumours, things that me and my brother heard from the few people we met when we first arrived in this place.
anything useful?
My best advice would be to make the best of your time here and avoid ever meeting her.
Fortunately, it's not
It's not
been
an
a
option,
plan.
unfortunately. We need to get out of here.
We'll take it into consideration.
Right, well, it's been a pleasure. Fafuk ritually casts Water Walk,
Okay,
and I suppose we head off.
right. So Kurg stands and watches you as you before you disappear into the mist. He calls after you, says, "I'll see you again if you still live."
Maybe set off, keeping an eye out for these signs of these skulls. Anyway,
Okay. Right.
Fafuk's trying to compose something suitable about hunting a hag. Just humming to himself quietly as we're walking through the bog.
Right. So
Ooh, 23 for a first attempt. Got some good limericks going.
yeah, you head off again and quickly lose sight of Kurg and his camp. You trudge on through the bog, quickly lose track of time and look where you are. Everything starts to look familiar. You're not sure if you're going around in circles or it just looks the same. Um, but you can all make a perception roll.
that's a big fat no from me.
I was just assuming that were down then.
Oh, got it
No,
too.
I got 2.
Oh, God.
He got a 2 and he still got lower than I did.
Is this perception?
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus. What is with you lot?
Mine was a 7.
Okay, okay.
Nice.
Fafuk has to keep reeling people in as they're wandering off by themselves.
I see Firefinger right over there.
Stop huffing the fumes and come this way.
Oh look, where's Wakanga?
You know, in the medieval times, you've all heard of jack-o'-lanterns or will-o'-wisps.
Yeah.
Apparently, what causes them apparently is lamps, actual lit lamps. When you're going past boggy water, it's lighting the methane. So you used to actually get these like little fire trails that would sort of disappear off into the darkness from you because the candle or what is actually lighting the methane. So pretty cool. Right, what are we doing next?
Well,
I
well,
rolled a 23, so I assume I percepted something. Fook knows for sure we are definitely lost.
Uh, so one or more persons should have got a ping.
I grab a few people's arms and point at them to show them this little glowing ball of light that seems to be appearing and disappearing in the distance.
Spookily. Echoing what you were just talking about.
Yeah, I can see it.
So yes, do we follow it? What do you think?
Right, as you watch it,
Yeah, investigate.
as you watch it changes colour, cycling through yellow, then red, and then blue, and then back to yellow again.
Suppose we cautiously approach.
Okay. Right, you head towards it, and every time it looks like you're getting closer to it, it like sort of dances further away again.
Okay. I
And
think
as
we
it
should
as it
really
as it
cautiously move.
as it does, you think you hear a faint whisper goes, "Follow."
Okay. Can we all agree that we're lost? It doesn't really matter which way we're going, so we may as well walk into the obvious trap, just because it might lead to something interesting. Are we all comfortable with this?
Yeah.
Or do we want to head in the opposite direction and make it follow us and then we ambush it?
No.
Okay. We follow the glowing ball of light bobbling about.
Okay. Okay. Right. You keep following it, and like I say, every time you start to get close to it, it dances away again, always staying just on the verge of like disappearing into the mist.
How far away is that?
It's hard to tell. 100 yards, maybe more. It's because it's a light. It's like a bright light.
Okay. Fair enough.
Um,
Keep casting water walk.
okay, so you keep on following it.
Yeah.
Okay,
As well.
right. You follow it for what seems like maybe an hour or something. Um, and every so often, like I say, you catch this faint whisper going, "Follow, follow," till eventually it disappears. But you come across a partially sunken cave in the side of a hill, with roots protruding from the roof of it.
Does it look like one of them green havens or?
No,
Okay.
no, it's just like a sizable kind of hill, but it's just like covered in like these, it's just dead, like the rest of the
So,
swamp.
Was there any skulls lying around with
No.
any jaws?
No,
yeah. Another
like
one of the local
you're
denizens.
drifting out of the cave. You hear a voice go, "Follow."
Why didn't I have the spell Cloud Kill? God, this be beautiful. Stricken God. Right. Shall we enter? Does someone want blessing of the trickster on them to scout ahead?
Got the
I think Obold should do well in all this low light. Obold?
Big try and scout out, yeah.
Cast, well, I offer a Blessing of the Trickster onto Obold, so he gets advantage on stealth checks.
Okay.
And I suppose we cautiously approach to see what happens next.
Okay, it's pitch black inside, beyond this this mouth, this cave mouth.
As in, I can't see him at all,
So you say, yeah. When you get to, if you approach closer to it, you can see inside.
or sneak up to it then. Have a
Okay.
look inside, or steal a look inside.
Okay, right. You peer inside. You can see this sort of narrow, root-choked tunnel that's like like carved out of the mud. The water, foul-smelling water, like dripping down off the tree roots that like poke through the ceiling and the walls, and it's about knee deep in water.
Well, it can't walk. It can't go into the water.
No,
Is the roof high enough for Obold to?
you'd have to crawl if you weren't walking through the water.
Sorry. Spell lasts an hour.
You can cancel a spell anytime you want. Yeah, as an action.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, most spells you can cancel them with an action.
I'm just triple checking, but I'm pretty sure it's no concentration. Fire and forget.
I believe anyway. I don't think it's just concentration spells. I mean, obviously, concentration spells you can just drop the concentration.
Yeah, no, up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range gain this ability for the duration. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Another thing that's odd. So yeah, you can't normally dismiss a spell that you cast unless its description says so, or it requires concentration. Unless you dispel it, of course.
What if it became unwilling? Is that not something it can do? Can it choose to not be willing anymore?
No, creatures who were willing. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Soz.
yeah, you have to crawl inside and push through like push your way through all this tangle of roots. Right,
Oh,
you can hear this whispering, like echoing down this passageway, going, "Follow."
Okay, it's got fireball, right? How far is your? Sorry, carry on.
I'll sit still for a bit, Phil, and just listen and have a look and see if I can spot anything or hear anything else unusual apart from this thing saying follow.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't quite catch all that.
I'm going to sit still for a bit and just have a listen and a look down the entrance into this tunnel just to see if I can spot anything or hear anything out of the ordinary apart from this thing that keeps saying follow.
Okay, right. You can make a perception check, I guess, if you like.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't see anything. And all you can just all you can hear is the like dripping of water, and there's also like a foul stench of like decaying vegetation.
I'll wave more up to the entrance then. And I'll just make hand signals from all to stay there, and then I'll point to myself and then into the entrance, and I'll try and sneak in while I'm trying to crawl through.
Okay, I suppose
Try
you
and be
can
as
make a
quiet as possible.
stealth check at disadvantage, I guess.
That's
So
a
that
straight
would
roll.
so that'll be a straight roll then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my god!
I don't believe that. Well, I suppose Cade's nearby, is he?
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. So you can read.
Oh, Cade, we missed you, buddy.
You know, that was nearly very bad.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, right. You quickly lose sight of Obald as he disappears this this passageway through this muddy tunnel, this mud tunnel, like twists and turns, and you lose sight of him after about 10 feet or so. That and all the roots. It's hard to see, and it's pitch black in there as well.
Do we follow? But we can't see, so it'd be like literally groping in the dark. What do you guys think? I mean, Tackling can see, but none of the rest of us can.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Tackling turn into a fish and follow him?
Fish with water walk on. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh yeah, that's the point. But water walks, I'm not having to go into the water, am I?
No,
No,
that's
no,
why you
you're
have to
crawling
crawl.
across the top. At least you're dry, except for the drips on you.
Yeah.
Are we all going in?
I think we should. I mean, he's ahead of us. Need to be within range to help out.
Do you want me to go back just in case anything comes from behind? You three go in middle.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to cast light. Alright. No objection then. I cast light on a small object. So
Yeah.
I've got it in my hand. I can sort of open and close to light up ahead, and then Zafu crawls in after Obold.
Okay. Is anybody following for Fook?
Yeah, I'm going last.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay,
So it'll be me,
Yeah.
Cade, Lazai, Tacklam.
So we got Obald somewhere ahead. Then for Fook.
Yep.
Then who?
Cade,
Okay.
Cade. Then
Lazai.
I, and then Tackling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Obald, you follow like this passage, this tunnel as it twists and turns, and eventually you come to it widens out into a low roofed muddy cave. So the water's levels receded, or the level of the ground's come up, or whatever. You can't. It's a bit hard to tell since you're crawling on top of the water. But yeah, so you're now sort of crawling on come onto the like muddy floor of the cave. It's maybe about 15 foot across. You can see there's like small holes about a foot across, peppering one of the walls, and there's another small tunnel snaking off from one corner.
There's small holes are the opposite this other tunnel that's
There's just kind
going
of
off the
dotted
corner.
they're kind of dotted around at different various heights along one of the walls to your left. It's not exactly opposite this other tunnel that's leading off.
Are they uniform?
No.
Right.
It's they look almost like rat burrows, but they're too big.
Yeah, joy.
There's so many bad options right now.
I'll have a look around, Phil, just to see if I can spot any signs of like animals moving about or anything like that on the floor, tracks, that sort of thing.
Okay, you make a survival check then.
Ooh, beautiful.
There's nothing.
Convinced. I'll keep a wary eye on them holes and Phil while I move my way over to that other tunnel.
Okay, so as you're heading over, light starts flooding in from behind you, and glancing back, you can see Bafook and the others coming into the cave.
Point out the
You can call
holes,
it a
or just
cave.
point. I'll just point to the wall to make a motion, just to sort of look at it.
I assume
Oh.
we see all the nasty little holes.
And while they're looking, I'll duck into the other cave, other tunnel, and resume my stealth.
Find the holes. If anything pops out, it's going to be spirit guardians as fast as you can.
So from Blue High and Tackling, make a perception check. Okay, right. So you both hear like a sort of slithering, watery, squelching noise behind you. Glancing back, you're horrified to see that the tunnel is rapidly narrowing and closing off. Like the mud's all flowing
What
together,
the hell?
closing the tunnel off. If you move quickly, you might be able to get like dive through the opening before it closes up.
Back behind us.
Yeah. Back to the outside. You have to do it now. No time to do anything else. What are you doing?
I don't think we're doing that.
I don't think I'd do that now.
Okay. Right. It closes. Like mud, like flows across until there's no sign of the tunnel that you've just come through.
So bad.
Everybody else is
Lunchtime
unaware
for
of
something.
this. So the rest of you are aware of this, and this is happening.
It's lunchtime for something.
Tunnel's closed up, guys.
What do you mean? Did it just
No.
like collapse or something came in after you? Or
Tunnel's closed.
Didn't see anything. It just sounded like it sloshed together.
well, maybe this is just really unstable. Maybe we should just get out through that other tunnel that Obold spotted.
I'm already in that other tunnel.
So Obold's disappeared from view.
Okay, I vote we get out of here and just hope this other tunnel gets us out.
Okay. So Obold, you can make a perception check.
Good rolls.
That's actually cocked on my screen. Believe it or not.
Okay, right. So you follow this tunnel, like the other one, it twists and turns. Although there's water here, but you can't. It's just flowing. It's flowing. It's like a thin, small amount of water that's flowing across the floor. You notice it's flowing away from you, and that causes you to realise that this tunnel appears to be sloping downwards.
Yeah, right. Odd.
Well, we give him a few minutes, and then, well, not even a few minutes until we start losing sight of him, and then I suppose we'll follow after.